Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Joe Delatorre. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about social media, but I want to talk about what I've been noticing a lot in the industry for real estate agents. And what I've been learning is there's a lot of things that they do wrong. They do things right, of course, but there's a lot of things they do wrong. And I've had many real estate agent clients, and every time I've had a real estate agent client, I've kind of told them, like, first thing, and there's 5 downfalls that every real estate agent goes through. But I'm just going to talk about Illinois. So pay attention, ask questions, let me know where you offer your services, and we'll go from there. But the first thing is competition. Real estate agents have so much competition. Just in America alone, there's 1.5 million real estate agents. But in the Chicagoland area, just in the Chicagoland area, a little bit over 26,000 agents. Now take a minute to think about that for 1 second. There's 26,000 agents that you compete against every single day. And how do you differentiate yourself from everybody else? Because you're doing the same exact thing that they're saying. And I know you'll say things like, oh, I have better customer service, I treat my customers well. All that's good. But at the end of the day, with that much competition, how do you get in front of, how do you penetrate that marketplace and become the top 1%, 10%, right? The average real estate agent in Illinois makes $99,000. So if you're not even making $99,000, this video is for you. But also, if you're a small business owner, network marketer, a lot of the content will relate because you guys do the same thing. But I just want to focus on real estate agents right now, since I'm friends with a lot of them. So if you're a real estate agent, say hi, say what's up, where you're from. Let me know what you learn, what you take away from it. So one of the things that you should be doing to differentiate yourself from the rest of the agents is people want to hire an expert. That's what you need to start doing. You're an expert, right, in your field. And when you really believe this, because you basically studied enough real estate, you studied the marketplace, you studied everything, right? So you have to come off as an expert. They don't just want another agent, right? They can get that anywhere. There's so many, as we just said, there's 26,000. They want someone that's going to be an expert, okay? So that being said, number one problem that real estate agents have is competition. There's so much of it. Number two, we're going to talk about social media. I see a lot of network marketers post on social media. Now, the biggest problem that I see with that is that, first of all, when you post on social media, which I also do, but it's only one way of doing it, right? But when you post on social media, think about it. If you're friends with 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever, you're only limited to those people actually seeing your posts, right? And you're hoping that by posting that you just sold a house, congratulate your clients. I'm not saying don't do it, still do it, but don't rely on that being the main source for you to actually find a list full of buyers and a list full of people that are listing sellers, right? Because at the end of the day, you only can reach out, you can only get in front of those people so much until they stop watching your posts, right? Now, I know a lot of you say, well, I post in groups and, I inbox people, introduce yourself, all good stuff. The problem that I see, though, with that is that even when you post in groups, like I said, how many other real estate agents are posting in groups? Tons of them, right? So how are they going to pick from you to them to whatnot, right? So I'm going to give you guys some ideas of what you can do that can help your business. But the next thing I want to talk about, and I'll leave one more point about the social media. Again, no problem with social media. There's no problem with going out there doing organic. The only problem is you eventually run out of people to get in front of, and you eventually run out of places to post your content, right? So you have to have another source. And this is why when I work with real estate agents, I focus on setting up advertisements for them, specifically Facebook and Instagram. We can do any advertisement, but specifically Facebook and Instagram, because you want to get in front of the eyeballs that are going to buy or sell now. You don't want to just keep posting out there to a bunch of people that are not even buying a house at the moment and are not selling a house at the moment. You want to get in front of the people that actually want to buy right now and want to sell right now, if that makes sense. Number three, one of the biggest things, and this is probably kind of controversial, one of the biggest things that I see with real estate agents, when they get part of an agency, they get excited, they're part of a new Keller Williams or, Exit or whatever the names, Chicago Realty, I see a lot of them. They're all different. You get more excited about representing the agency. And I know that's not your fault. They tell you to do that, put their name on everything that you post. Not saying not to do that, because of course that's what they want you to do. It's how they build their brand. But let's not lie to ourselves. Not everybody stays with the same agency, right? They go from business to business. Same thing like network marketers. I tell them the same thing. Because if you're part of a company representing them, that's great. But what you should have been focused on is representing yourself and building your personal brand. Because whether you change another agency, right, your brand sticks with you, and it doesn't matter that you move to another agency because the people are following you. They're not following the agency. Okay. Now, this happens a lot in insurance businesses. The insurance companies, this is a true stat, 87% of people that buy insurance, they buy insurance because they like the rep. Had nothing to do with the agency, had nothing to do with how long it's been around, all that. I know that's what your agency tells you. Hey, put our name everywhere, right? But unfortunately, unless you're building a personal brand, you're going to be stuck because people have to want to buy from you, not necessarily buy from the agency, right? And probably any agency leaders that watch the, hey, don't listen to this guy. See, I like to say things that no one's talking about. Right. And I've talked to many agents. I've helped agents. And one of the biggest things that I've helped them do is build brands. Right. I help them build their brand. Okay. So next, I've taught this to small business owners. I've taught this to real estate agents. I taught this to network marketers. One of the things that you don't do and that you should be doing is own your zip code. I was having a conversation with a real estate agent, and, she's telling me that she's, selling houses over in Joliet, selling houses over in Elgin, selling houses in Naperville, Aurora, selling houses in Cicero. Well, that's fine, but you're limiting yourself to how much you can actually control, because if you're in all these different zip codes all over, you have to be constantly moving all over the place. When if you spent the time to just own your zip code, right, and maybe about 3 to 4 around you, so you own about 5 zip codes and you focus on just that area. Now, instead of you being all over the place, right, you're in one area and everybody sees you. This is also the reason why I tell the real estate agents to do Facebook advertisement. A lot of them try to do it on their own and it doesn't work, or they tested a couple times and it didn't get no results, and then they just give up. That's because you didn't know anything. You didn't know how to target. We can go anywhere from focus on certain zip codes. We can focus on other agencies. We can focus on age. We can focus on just people that are trying to sell their house today, right? So then you're getting in front of people that actually want to buy now versus wasting a lot of time on social media, throwing all your content out there, hoping that somebody's buying or selling at the moment and that they'll contact you. But they got to contact you over the other 26,000, if that makes sense. And trust me when I say 26,000 agents are not advertising. And the advertisements that I do see that real estate agents, they do the same thing. They post like our business card, like, hey, I'm this, I'm that, I'm ready to help you, right? Not enough. So number 4 is own your zip code, focus on an area, and then just control that area, right? Next, referrals are good, but you cannot monetize and build a business on just leads and referrals. Now, back to the zip code again, this is one of the main reasons why I tell agents to let me help them do a Facebook ad, because now we can focus on the zip code. We can focus even on what languages speak. I mean, we're talking about everything. We can focus on anything. And I used to make jokes like, if you want a 27-year-old midget that drives a Prius, lives with his mom in the basement, we can find that person, because that's how advanced Facebook advertisement is. It can tell me what phones, like I'm doing an ad right now with a client, and it'll tell me whether more Android users follow the page, whether more iPhone people are the one responding to the ad. Everything, what platform they see on, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, story mode, we get all the data. So then I know when I tweak it again, we can just narrow it down so that it's just in front of the people that want to buy now. Okay. So the last one is referrals are good, but you can't build a business on referrals, right? There's no small business in the world, no network marketing company, and there's no real estate agent that can build a whole business on just purely referrals, because you can't really monetize referrals. You can't really do that. You have to have a constant flow of people coming into your database, a constant flow of new people that are possibly going to buy from you, whether that's whether someone buying a house or selling a house. You got to constantly have a flow. And if you're just worried or relying on referrals, what you're going to find yourself is chasing a lot of customers. So one of the domains that I own, and a lot of marketers try to steal it from me, is stop chasing customers. I don't care if you're a small business owner, network marketer, or real estate agent, you all chase customers. And the reason why is because you rely on the last one I'm talking about, which is referrals. Referrals are good. Still ask for them, but don't think you can build a whole company and make $100,000 in your business by just referrals. There's no way that a guy that owns a pizza shop is going to be sitting around waiting for other people to refer their family and friends to come eat there. It's never going to happen, right? The whole name of the game, whether it's online or in the store or whatnot, is traffic, 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 to get more eyeballs on you, to get more people to know you, to get more people in the area to see you all the time versus just seeing you one time or maybe a couple times you post. It's not going to work. So let's go back and do a recap. And again, this is mainly for real estate agents, but small business owners, network marketers can learn from it. Number one problem that that real estate agents have is their competition. And you're not separating yourself from the rest by focusing and becoming an expert of your field, right? Number two, spending too much time on social media, whether you're inboxing, trying to get referrals, posting in groups, posting on your wall, all good. But the only problem is you're limited to how many people are actually going to see it, right? And then let's just say you post in a group. Well, you post 3 times in that group, everybody's already knows you, everybody sees it. They're not coming back. It's not like you're providing them with anything new. Number 3, promoting your agency versus promoting you. That's what you should be doing, promoting yourself more than the agency, right? Because again, whether you stay with the agency or whether you leave, you want people to know who you are, right? There's a bunch of quotes I used to use is, in the business world, in the corporate world, it's not what you know, it's who you know. In the business world, it's not who you know, it's who knows you, right? So if nobody knows you, that's why you don't have people knocking on your door, knocking you down, trying to buy a house with you or sell a house with you, right? So third one is focus on building your brand and not just the agency. Number 4 is own your zip code. Instead of being all over the place and stretching yourself thin is why I really focus agents to do Facebook advertising, because we can pick zip codes to focus just in that area, right? Imagine if, let's just say you picked one zip code and all the advertisers, just one area, everybody in Naperville is seeing your face every day because we picked that one zip code, right? And the last one is referrals are great, but you cannot build a business. You can't build $100,000 6-figure income on just referrals alone. You're going to be sitting around, waiting around a lot, and you're not going to be constantly getting new referral or new customers and constantly having closing deals on a constant basis. That's how you build a real estate business. That's the reason why I like working with real estate agents, because for what they pay me to do the ad, 1 or 2 sales, 1 sale pays for everything that I help them with. So that's why I like working with agents, because they make a lot of money on 1 sale. But that's all good, great and everything. If you're not getting people in your database every single day and you're relying on referrals, your business is eventually going to die, or you're eventually just going to quit and do something else. So hope you learned from this. Inbox me, DM me, comment, let me know what you learned. Talk to y'all later.